Hey everyone, this is Catherine from EleWebDev. I've had a subscriber reach out with problems in responsiveness and containers. So let me set up a tutorial for you and how to fix responsiveness with containers. Okay, so I am here with a blank page, and my subscriber has asked about having four containers across in desktop. And then when going to tablet, wants 2 on top of 2. So I did a little testing and I figured out what the one main problem was and the difference. So there's 2 ways we can go about this. We can have Elementor build it for us, or we can hand build this scenario. So what I'm going to do first is show you Elementor's way of creating it and what you need to look out for in building it yourself. So I've got a blank page, and I'm going to let Elementor, there's 2 ways you can do this. One is easier with Elementor, and one is building it by hand. Building it by hand is a little trickier, so let's go through the easy way first, and then we'll handle the difficult way. So I'm going to just click in here and add a new container, and I'm just going to say, hey Elementor, build me a 4-column layout. Great. We got 4 columns. They're all side by side in desktop mode. Just to give us some structure, I'm going to grab an icon and I'm going to duplicate it 3 more times and drop each one of these into its corresponding column. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. And so we're great. So now we've got what we want in desktop, and I'm going to switch to tablet mode. Well, I want 2 by 2. And so first we have to ask ourselves, what was the measurement of these 4 containers in desktop mode? Okay, so let's go back to desktop mode and let's look at the properties of this container. It is full width, it is percentage, it is 25%. Notice this content width, full width, is very important. We want this container to fulfill its full width at 25%. That's important, because when we go to build our own, it's going to be different. Okay? It will be defaulted to this other option, boxed. See, when I hit boxed, it changes its property. I don't know what boxed means. I don't know what that boxed is doing with everything else. I'm here to tell you, you want your containers to be full width. It's very important. Okay. So we're here and we've got what we want in desktop mode. We're going to switch to tablet. All right, so in tablet mode, we are carrying down in desktop mode the same exact width percentages, even though right here it is pixels is selected. It is actually carrying the percentage of 25 from desktop. Okay? Know that in responsive, whatever your measurement was in desktop, it's going to be there in tablet until you change it. So that 25 means, 25 means that's 25% in desktop. What do you want it to be here? So what I want it to be here is 50%. So I'm going to put a 50. But I don't want pixels, so it doesn't carry over its previous size, which was percentage. So I'm going to force 50%. Full width, percentage 50. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to right click, edit container, force percentage, and force 50 in tablet mode. Going to do the same thing with the third one. Force percentage and force 50. right-click, edit container, force percentage, and force 50. Well, that's all well and good, but everything's wonky and janky looking. We need some wrapping to go on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the parent container, right-click, and edit the parent container. And I'm going to come down here and say, tell all the children to wrap. It's a little janky, but we need to go back and check our children to make sure that they are 50%. So I'm going to right-click on the first one, edit the container. Somehow it didn't keep the 50, so I'm going to force 50 one more time. Just double checking each one of these containers. Yes, that's 50. Right-click, edit container, 50. Just double checking so that something doesn't go wacky. 50%. So that is Elementor helping the situation. Okay? So just remember, in responsive mode, whatever is set in desktop is going to be in tablet until you change it. So let's go ahead and give this a try manually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to manually create this structure. So I'm going to go and create a row-based container, and I'm going to drop in an inner container. And there's our inner container because we have our handle. And I'm going to duplicate it 1, 2, 3 more times. And then I'm going to just copy and paste a icon. Copy, paste, 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 and paste. All right. And let me just give myself some room, breathing eyeball room from the one above, top. 50, okay. So we're in tablet mode right now. We're going to go back to desktop mode. And again, we lost our 50% or 50 pixels margin because that we didn't put it in the beginning, and at the desktop it trickles down. Okay. So we're going to go back up to desktop, add our 50 margin. And so we're here in desktop mode. Our stars are in alignment. They are 25%. And I'm going to click on tablet. Now, we're going to have to go through this process again. We go back and we're going to have to check what our widths are. Now, remember I said about boxed width, we don't want boxed. We want full width. So each one of these containers has to be full width because there's going to be wackadoodle things happening when you change the actual width of each one of these items. It will be boxed. Edit the container, force it to be full width. Now, we're going to save these and update these changes. Just to make sure, I haven't saved throughout this whole process, but it's very important that you save frequently. So, all of our containers that hold the stars are full width. So now we're going to force each one to be 25%. This next one is going to be forced to 25%. I don't know what's going on with the sizes here. It has to do with, I guess, mixed media here. 25. And right-click, edit container, 25. I don't know what's going on with this first one. I'm going to click. Somehow it lost its value, and we've noticed this more than once. I'm going to hit 25. Don't know why the first one continues to lose its value, but there it is. Okay, we're going to move on to tablet mode. Okay, now again, whatever is set in desktop is going to still be there until you change it. So we have to change this. So we have to force, let's make sure we're on the right container. We need to force percentage and force 50. Oops, that is a 0. Now just for posterity, I'm going to hit update. Going to hit update. Now I'm going to go to my next one, right click, edit container, force percentage, and force 50. And save. I'm just going to hit update on the page. This may need to be a thing we need to do. All right, we're going to go to the third one, right click, edit that container, force percentage, and force 50. And we're going to right click, edit container, force percentage, and force 50. Now, again, even though they're 50%, they're not wrapping. So we need to go to the parent container that holds the children, and the parent needs to tell the children to wrap. So we'll go back to layout and force the children to wrap. So the parent needs to tell the children to get in line, and y'all are only taking up 50%. And the children will only do what the parent tells them to do. Wrap, wrap. So the children have wrapped. So I hope this tutorial has helped you in understanding responsiveness, what's in desktop, checking your sizes. When moving to tablet or into mobile sizes, make sure that you're forcing your values and saving your page so that those values stick.